Good evening. I'm Jennifer Goodwin, and I wanted to talk with you today about Poll Everywhere. Um, you can see here that I'm into my own kind of account and activities, but the website is listed here, polleverywhere.com/home. And it's super easy to set up your account. You just do that with your Google credentials. Of course, I could certainly have done it with my UNCG email, but I chose to go ahead and do it with my current school or district web address or email address because I want to be able to use it in the coming year. So it didn't make sense to create two accounts. But it's very easy to use. You can see this is my URL here, mine specifically. So there are some edits you can make using the free account, but if you want to customize it to something you specifically want, then you will have to upgrade to a more premium account. I didn't choose to do that. I was okay with just Jay Goodwin. I did have to find one that didn't have my whole name in it because I don't want my students calling me Jennifer. But so it was easy to set that up. You just go into edit here and it will generate some different choices for you and you can choose them. And then you go down to the bottom and just click save and you're good to go. So then I'm going to go back to the home over here and it's really, really easy to just set up a quick activity. I wrote about Poll Everywhere in my discussion board post. Um, that is super versatile. There are a lot of different activities, and you'll see when I click on the add activity in just a minute. But for me, I will most likely be using the open-ended questions or the emotion grader. You'll see that in a minute too. I'm going to talk about that, and or like a survey or open-ended question for them as either a warm-up or an exit ticket. Also, let me say quickly that I've had to kind of revamp my office space. My stepchildren are here, so they've taken over my real office. My computer is precariously positioned right now, so if something happens and you hear a thump, I'm doing the best I can to get this done properly. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and click on Add Activity. And when we do that, you can see that there's already a a number of options for you. The first one, obviously, that comes up is multiple choice, and you would type in your question here and then your choices here, and you check the one that is the correct answer, of course. But this also has the capability to do word cloud. Like the other generators, the word cloud generator I'm most familiar with is Mentimeter, and I wrote about that in my discussion board post as well. But I like it very much. Then we have they can vote with up or down, thumbs up, thumbs down activity, a clickable image here. But my favorites are the survey and the open-ended questions I mostly will use. Now, if you click on these three dots right here, it'll give you more options. And this is super cool. So the emotion scale is one that I will use. Remembering that my content area is not just music, but chorus and vocal performance. That can be a scary thing for the middle schoolers that I teach, considering the demographic I have. I teach at the smallest middle school in Gaston County, and we are a Title I school, and it can sometimes be very daunting for students to stand up and sing in front of each other, even though their voices don't stick out because we're singing as a group. It still can be a very daunting thing. So we have to work really hard at getting our emotions in check, being honest with how we feel that day. And I love this so much because this way I know quickly if the students are in need of a little bit of a brain dump in their journals before we get started, if something's happened at home that we don't particularly know about. This is just a great tool for that. And nobody will see it but me. I love it so much. I just love it so much. The icebreaker activity I like as well. One word that you would use to describe yourself starting from day one as I get to know my new sixth graders. the goal is to always build a program, but sometimes it doesn't always work that way. And I lose kids to band or to another elective that they want to try out, and that's fine. We don't want to discourage them from that, but most of my new students will be coming from the sixth grade. So, and this is a good cross curricular activity for me too, because I want them not only to just say describing words, I want them to know that those are called adjectives. So, describing words are something we use all the way throughout the course of the year. So, you can see you have all these great options here. Um, just for just for the sake of creating one tonight, I'm going to do an open ended question. And I'm going to say, what is your oops, if I can spell right, most favorite thing about, no, that's a little vague. What is your most favorite, let's not even say most. What is your favorite type of music? And I'm sure the answer that I will get more often than not is rap and or hip hop, given what most of the kids that I know or even my own children listen to these days. Then we're going to click on create. And you can see here that because I'm new, it's still asking me to watch the tutorial, but for now I'm going to close that. There are no responses received, obviously, but here is the important part. There's a couple of things I want to mention here. This is not live until I come over here and activate it. But they will go to how they respond is to type in polev.com/jgoodwin502. I will not even give them the opportunity to text jgoodwin502 to 37607, because in our school, which is pretty standard that I'm aware of, you're not allowed to use your cell phones. Are our students are made to put their cell phones away. So we don't want to ask them to bring those out. And so the poll will be active here at the website, and then they will type that in, which they might probably will not even have to type it in, because my Canvas homepage, when they click on that on my class, it takes them directly to a front page where everything they need is linked, like a link to email Ms. Goodwin, a link to text Ms. Goodwin on her Google Voice, a link for all kinds of those things. And this is just another one that I would include. There will be a link to my website there. Um, all of those things. So that will be already readily available. And their assignment would just say, click on the Poll Everywhere website and answer the live question. So this is a super easy application to use. I hope that you find it as fun and entertaining as I did. I cannot wait to play with this one. I think my students will enjoy it very much. And the easier the application is to use, the better, especially for middle school students. Everything is so overdramatic and so hard when you're a middle school student. So I'm pretty excited about that. I've got a couple, you can see here, I've got a couple of different ones made. And I look forward to using it. So, hope y'all have a good night. See you soon.